This video is made possible by EA Game Changers. A few days ago, I was invited to an event by EA to record footage of Battlefield 5, which comes out tomorrow, November 9th for Origin Premier members, and on the 20th for people who pre-ordered the game with the normal edition. Over the past 2 days at the event, I was able to record all of the maps and most of the game modes. I was able to see what Battlefield 5 had to offer, and I have to say, personally, it was pretty fun. Battlefield 5 is definitely one of the most fun Battlefields I've played since Battlefield 3. The gameplay felt fantastic, the gunplay felt balanced and sturdy, and overall the pace of play was great. It didn't feel too slow and it didn't feel too fast. Guns felt like if I aimed correctly, they would go where they're supposed to go, and that's what really matters to me. I believe that Battlefield 5 has the potential to be one of the best games of the year, and so far the multiplayer has proved to me that this game has an incredible amount of potential. In this video, I hope to go over important information that I think you should know before the game launches on Friday. Overall, the experience of Battlefield 5 is a big one. There's a lot of new modes, a lot of new maps, and a lot of new things to know and learn. The first of them being the 8 new maps coming to the game. The 8 maps include Twisted Steel and Arras, which take place in France, and you're currently looking at gameplay of Arras. It's a beautiful map with open fields, and Twisted Steel is a map with a humongous bridge, which is actually the largest structure ever built in a Battlefield game. At least that's what I remember the blog post saying. And peek that really nice Pajat shot from across the map there. That rocket launcher is insane. The next 2 maps takes place in Holland, one being Rotterdam, the map you saw in the beta, which again plays fantastically, it's a lot of fun, and I think it's one of my favorite maps. And then you have a new map, Devastation. It's a fantastic destroyed city, and I feel like people really love this map. It plays really well, the routes are made fantastically, and I can't wait to post some gameplay of it in the upcoming days. The other 2 new locations that we've seen are going to be North Africa with a new map called Hamada and Aerodome, which is a destroyed airstrip. And then the final 2 maps are located in Norway, which are Narvik and Fagel 652. You may remember Narvik from the alpha and beta, as they're the map you played in Grand Operations, and that map is probably the one we know best, but Fagel 652, which I just posted gameplay of a few hours ago, is a very fun map, and I really do enjoy it. If you'd like to learn more about the map, you can stay tuned to more content that I'll be putting out throughout the week, or you can go ahead and go to the Battlefield website, which will have all of the blog posts on all of the new maps coming, including images and important information for each map. Now, something that's equally as important as the new maps are the game modes you're going to be playing. The game modes in Battlefield 5 have taken a slight change from Battlefield 1, one being a pretty big change with the inclusion of Grand Operations. It's a long, stretched-out multiplayer game similar to Operations from Battlefield 1, but it's so much bigger. To start off a majority of the operations, you'll have something called Airborne, which is new and exclusive to Grand Operations. This is what you've seen in the beta and alpha, where you start off in a plane, you have to jump down and defuse bombs or plant bombs depending on which side you're on. If you're a defender, you're defusing bombs, and if you're an attacker coming from the planes, your job is to plant bombs and move on to the next day. The next mode coming, which is also in Grand Operations, but it is not exclusive, is Final Stand. Final Stand is a new mode which is more of like a one life and that's it per round. Well, it's actually exactly what it is. As soon as you die, that's it. And after playing the mode, I can definitely say it's a lot of fun, but there's definitely a lot of stress. And I could see a lot of competitive modes coming from this game. So if you really want to test out how good you are, try to either get to that 4th day in Grand Operations, or try to play some Final Stand. Final Stand, by far, is one of the most stressful, but then again, most rewarding game modes in all of Battlefield 5, and I hope to play it as a standalone game mode sometime in the future. Now, other than Grand Operations, we also have Conquest, Breakthrough, Frontlines, Domination, Team Deathmatch, all coming to Battlefield 5 with launch. You're currently watching gameplay of Breakthrough on a Ross, as I've said before, and the main objective of this game mode is to take certain objectives if you're an attacker, and after you take both objectives in your sector, or all three, you'll have them lined out for you. You open up the next set of objectives. Your job is to take all of the sectors and all of the objectives in the game to win, and as a defender, it's to keep the attackers from taking as many objectives as possible. If you take one flag, the enemy team can still hold on to another, and they can always cap back flags that you've taken, no matter on what side they are. Most of the other game modes that I've talked about have already been seen in past Battlefield titles, but if you'd like more information, there's loads of information on the Battlefield website, and if you want to see more, I can of course leave links to them in the comments section or anywhere else that you'd like to see this content. So, moving on from maps, game modes, we have a variety of vehicles, weapons, and equipment that's coming to Battlefield 5. The first class we see is the Assault class. This utilizes assault rifles and is by far one of the most dominant in the game. The Assault class specializes in destroying vehicles and destroying fortifications around the map. This is the only class to come with a rocket launcher and dynamite, and is probably one of the most destructive on the battlefield. The assault rifles are by far the best class of weapons, and they are going to be the most powerful you see. The Storm Gewer you see right now is probably the most powerful gun in the game, as well as the STG and other games located in this class. The Medic class is in charge of reviving people. As you know, with the new Buddy Revive system that came to Battlefield 5, you're now able to revive your squad mates. But what about everyone else? You can revive your squad mates with Buddy Revive, but you need to be able to pick up other players. So, with the Medic class, you can run around and pick up other players as long as they're down and they're calling out for help. You can also still revive your squad mates, but as a medic you revive everyone faster no matter if they're in your squad or they're not. Medics still have the ability to give out health, and that's extremely useful in Battlefield as health is even more limited than before, and having health packs out in the map is extremely useful. Now, the guns that the medic have are not the best. The medic guns are probably some of the worst in the entire game. I spent some time using them and they just don't feel good. These are definitely some guns that need some love, and I really hope that they will get some love in the future. The last two classes are Support and Recon. Support, as always, has LMGs and is able to give out ammo to their teammates. Support is as useful as any other class in the game, and I feel like it'll have an unparalleled role in normal matches, and I'll always be playing support. The LMGs are okay. I definitely recommend them, and I think that a few of them are better than the others, and I will have more detailed content out later talking about which ones are good and which ones aren't. Class Recon is super fun to play, and I really hope that one is something that I keep playing more. And I know I don't have a lot of content of Recon here, but the snipers definitely feel good, headshots still feel as good as always, and Recons are the only class that can spot in the game, so they still have a lot of use. Overall, those are the classes in Battlefield 5, and they're all pretty fun to play. So once you're in the game, try to play a little bit and try them out. So let me know if you agree with me on the medic or not in the comments section. I definitely think it's one of the weakest, but I want to know what you think. The last few things coming to Battlefield 5 is Attrition and fortifications that are going to change your gameplay and change the maps as you know it. Now the first thing is Attrition. Attrition basically means you spawn with less ammo, and you'll have to basically scavenge around more. Now when you kill an enemy, you can pick up an ammo pack, or you can go to resupply stations which are spread out throughout the map, And when you need ammo, you go to those. The same thing applies to vehicles. When you're out of ammo in a vehicle, you have to go to a resupply station, and if you're out of health as a player, you go to a medic station. Now, fortifications are something new to Battlefield 5. Each player carries around a toolbox, and they allow you to build certain things in maps. You can see more about fortifications in my Fagel video, which I posted later, but more or less, fortifications can include barbed wire, sandbags, repairing destroyed houses. Partially, you can't have an entire house builder simulator, but fortifications really do change the pace of gameplay and are a pretty cool addition all in all. Other than that, there's a lot of new things coming to Battlefield 5 which are super fun and interesting. I hope you will take the time to go and explore those new features once the game is out for you, as this game is fantastic. My overall review is that this is one of the best Battlefields I've ever played, and I really hope to see you on the battlefield in a few days. If you want to hear more or you want to see more gameplay content, please leave a comment down below. I'd very much like to hear from you. Again, a big thank you to EA for sending me out this event, and everyone who helps me out and supports my content. Just remember that you're fantastic, and like always, keep being awesome.